me, Big Mo. Welcome to the Lawn Stars. Oh, it's a beautiful day. Beautiful day to work. The birds are chirping. Groundhogs are groundhogging. Awesome. If you like these videos, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and ring that bell. And if you're feeling froggy and want to support the show, hit that thanks down there. It would be greatly appreciated. Oh, the first thing I had to do this morning is clean out the truck. As of the day I'm recording this right now, yesterday was the day when we cleaned up behind that little vegetable garden. We pruned a bunch of stuff and filled the bed up of the truck with it, so I had to move it over to the trailer. Why, you ask? Why didn't I just take the other trailer? Well, I had to mow as well, and on top of it, I didn't know, it was going to be this much. Really didn't know what we were getting into, or I might have planned it differently, but sometimes you gotta think on the fly and do things on the fly, man. But I tell you this, something I did learn from this experience this morning is that JR missed his calling. That's right, he should have been a magician or a sorcerer supreme or something, because he fit all of this into the bed of that truck. All of this was in the bed of that truck. Yeah, it was like a clown car. It was like pulling clowns out of a clown car. They just kept coming. It was bizarre. But anyway, I want to talk to you now about, now this didn't apply for right now. It really depends on when you're watching this. But it doesn't apply yet because we've just started. We just started mowing for the year, really. Just been going like a couple months, but it's going to get on into the summer and it's going to be like, ugh, and you're going to get in a rut. And how do you break out of that rut a little bit? Well, you could switch up things, I was watching a video from DLT, Shane over at DLT Lawn Care, and I'll put the link in the description down there of that video if you want to watch it, where he was talking about weed eating first versus mowing first. My personal preference, I like to mow first because I get what he was saying, in his video, but I like to have everything even. And you can sometimes, and no matter how long you've been doing it, you can cut things too low with the weed eater, and then you go to mow, let's say you have to weed eat an area and then you go mow and it's not the same height. It's hard to gauge that. But anyway, you could do that. You could switch up, and I've done it before. You could switch up weed eating and mowing, which way you do it. Just anything you can switch up. And then this next thing you could this is especially good if you're in a subdivision where you do a big old long string of yards. You could start, instead of let's say you start at the back of the subdivision and work your way out, you could switch it up. Start at the front, work your way in. Sometimes that gives you a little mental something. It helps a little bit just to shake things up a little bit. And another thing is, don't ever count down the yards. I would say tell this to your employees if you have employees. I've had employees that did this in the past. JR doesn't do this, but I've had them where they're like 10 more, just 10 more yards, 8 more, oh, just 7 more yards. No, don't do that. I told them, do not do that. It makes it seem like it lasts longer. It's like the old adage, a watch pot never boils. Have you ever heard that? It's kind of like that. If you just stay focused, focus on the work, just do the work and it will get done. But if you're sitting there dwelling on it, it'll seem like it takes longer somehow. But anyway, let's go now at this point let's go mow some micro yards. What's a micro yard, you ask? Well, it's not just your typical small yard. I mean, everybody has small yards. But these are micro yards, just teeny tiny yards. And they're kind of fun to do because, you know, I charge my minimum price. Like I've told you before, have yourself a minimum price that you charge. I charge my minimum price on them, which isn't bad, and they're just tiny. You know, they're little bitty, minuscule yards, hence the name, micro yards. So let's go mow these micro yards, and then I will talk to you some more afterward and give you some, well, I wouldn't say great knowledge, but just some kind of knowledge. As good as I can give, you know. I give what I can, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's go do it now. Micro yards, baby. Micro yards. Okay, that's it for the micro yards. As you may have noticed, I shaved before I went to work and changed clothes, and the sky got totally different. Birds are still chirping, but Just kidding. It's a different day. It's the next day, actually, and I had to change some stuff around yesterday, so I couldn't get to the MicroYards until today. And you know, that goes to the whole being able to change things on the fly thing I've talked about before. You got to be flexible, baby. But the last thing I want to talk to you guys about is a video I saw of Ray's over at Ray's Lawn and Landscape. I'll put the link to it also down there in the description if you want to watch that one. It's where he's talking about a customer. I think basically told him, you know, he had to change direction on the direction he mows the yard every time, because the furt and squirt guy told him that you know, it's causing weeds. Well, I do like to change direction when you can. I mean, sometimes it's hard because you might have these weird areas that's just hard. You can't go this way, it's too narrow, and you could kind of go diagonally, you know. But when I can, I like to change direction every couple of weeks, just to not make a rut, you know, not wear lines in the yard. But as for the causing the weeds, I think that's just balogna, as I like to call it. That's baloney, you know, I think. I may be wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. I don't think it causes the weeds. I think sometimes, and this is not at the furt and squirt guys, okay? Because I like a lot of the furt and squirt guys. But some of these bigger companies, you know, they'll have just some guy working for them, and they'll come out and things aren't going right. It's an easy out for them, I believe, to blame it on the lawn guy. You know, no, it's your lawn guy's fault, you know. And I think that happens. I know that happens because I've had that happen before. But what homeowners need to realize, and this may be controversial, but in my opinion, us lawn care guys that just are doing just the mowing, we don't have a lot to do with the way the yard performs, you know. As long as you're a professional and you don't come in and scalp it, and you don't put a bunch of turn marks in the yard and damage the yard like that, one lawn guy is pretty much the same as the next, you know. And it's not going to have a big impact on your yard as much as as much as the fertilizing and stuff like that, and overseeding and all that goes with that has on your yard. You know, that's going to have a much more large impact on your yard than the mowing guy, in my opinion. But anyway, guys, love you, mean it. Be safe out there. Dadgum bug. Love you, mean it. Be safe out there. Drink your water. I'll try to drink mine. Take your vitamins. And be safe. Just be safe out there, guys. Catch you on the next one. Boom!